Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. It is your boy Prince of Voidus and I am back here with What If Luffy was Aizen's reincarnation. Now this one, I'm not even gonna lie, this is gonna be a very awesome one because this one I'm not pulling any punches. Luffy will do as Aizen would if he was in a situation like he was in another world, in the world like One Piece, but he will still retain parts of Luffy. If you're gonna compare this in the comments and say that Luffy should be evil, I guarantee you that if we have a battle of will, Luffy versus Aizen, Luffy would win. So his soul comes out more than Aizen. But that doesn't mean that he's stupid. He is too smart. As a matter of fact, obviously, I gotta make him strong, both physically, Ryatsu wise, and mentally. So y'all about to see a monster. He's gonna do crazy things. Alright, I'm just getting y'all ready because I am not holding back. He will do whatever he wants, whenever he wants. But he's still a nice guy. Alright, without any further ado, don't forget to like and subscribe, hit the notification bell to stay up to date on all of my future videos. I hope you enjoy the Ichigo what ifs. I'm gonna try and make more before, I still go out and try for the Navy, but, I'm gonna try my best. Alright, let's, go. We begin this with Luffy at 10 years old, walking the streets with a confident smile as he's met by hellos from people on the streets of Fuchsia. Luffy, you grocery hauler? Of course not, I still have a long way to go. Hey, Granny? He comes to a stop at a store where he meets an old woman who gives him a free apple while telling him that he should be careful because she heard that there are some pirates who came around. Pirates, huh? Wipe that grin off your face. As he apologizes, Luffy then runs off while he takes a bite of the apple, and he would have the biggest grin on his face regardless. Pirates, eh? Finding something interesting in this place. For the past years that Luffy has been alive, he had the soul of another melded with his, that of Aizen. He's not evil or anything, but he definitely has the traits of a psychopath to some degree, and Garp recognized this and tried to turn him into a marine, but Luffy never changed. He just wanted to be a pirate because it was the best way for him to be free and have fun. After being dropped off at Fuchsia, though, he did let go some of his crazy tendencies because he had a big family at the island, on the village, but one thing that he didn't leave behind was his intelligence and overwhelming strength. Luffy has done some things not just in Fuchsia, but in the entire island, and you'll find out later what they are, but for now, let's continue with the story. Now, as Luffy enters the bar of Makino, he comes to make some noise that startles the red-haired pirates, and Luffy would say, "Hey kid, Luffy, did you want some juice?" asked Makino, and Luffy would simply start to walk around the pirates saying no. The red-haired pirates, bizarre name by the way, why'd you stop here? He looks to Shanks at this point, who's surprised that he knows them, and with a laugh he would then ask, "You a fan?" "Cap, stop messing with big kid," yells Usopp. Luffy would then walk to and jump on a seat at the bar, and he would then say that he was a fan in a way. "I want to become a pirate myself." From Luffy's voice, a certainness was just kind of heard. The pirates can tell this kid is not joking, strangely enough. It's not like he would leave the island and start sailing right away if he could. Makino would then sigh, saying, "Mr. Garp's not gonna like this." With a chuckle, Luffy would then say, "It's okay. He'll be coming after me anyway. Last time he did, the entire town felt an earthquake," says Makino. "That's because he missed." "What the hell is that marine doing this down?" thought the pirates. "So you want to be a pirate, huh?" "You can't be weak, I'm sorry to tell you," says Shanks. Luffy however smiles and holds his hand out as an incredible amount of pressure suffocates everyone at this moment, and Shanks would even gag on his drink right as he and everyone that see a katana form, and Luffy would then grab a hold of it as he says, "Trust me, I got the strength." The pressure lessens as they all realize what they felt, and Makino didn't know honestly. This was the first time that she's ever seen this weapon or felt this bizarre energy, but what was bizarre about the sword itself was that it was all black, which is quite abnormal, but Shanks would run to and inspect the blade, saying, "Oh my god, it's a black blade. Kid, how the hell are you doing this? Did you eat a devil fruit?" "Of course not. This is my Kyokatsu Getsu, my Zanpakuto." "So good, huh? Pretty scary stuff. What's your name?" asked Ben. "Monkey Lu..." "Why?" "Monkey D. Luffy. Nice to meet you." From that day on, Luffy would then go to the bar and meet the pirates and talk and learn about their adventures, but the pirates still couldn't get over how this kid seems to not only have a black blade, but has a conqueror spirit, and probably even the supreme color. And a week, however, would come to pass. The pirates would actually become accepted by Fuchsia. They weren't ruffians or anything, they were just here to hang out, and if Luffy liked them, then why shouldn't they? So another day at the bar comes, and Luffy is just talking with everyone when the doors are then busted open by Higuma and his band of bandits. As they walk in, everyone becomes quiet, as Higuma would then ask for some drinks for his crew, and Makino would say, "Oh, sorry, we're actually out, sir." With a scout, the bandit would then ask where the hell it all went, and Shanks would then raise his hand, saying, "Sorry, friend, that's my bad. You can have this leftover bottle. It's still full." Walking over, Higuma would then grab the bottle and open it, before then proceeding to spill it on the captain's head, and the captain would stay quiet as Makino becomes worried at the thought of a fight breaking out. However, the red-haired pirates all stay quiet, as after pouring the bottle over Shanks, Higuma would then throw the bottle aside, and his men begin to laugh, but Shanks would just sigh as he gets to the floor and begins to wipe up the mess. "Sorry about this," he said. Makino, however, then ran over and started wiping him clean, saying that was okay, and Higuma would say, "Are you dumb? Do you know who I am?" He would then pull out his own poster of his own bounty and show that he was worth 8 million, and he said, I kill little shits like you who think they can act fearless because they call themselves pirates or strong. Luffy begins to laugh at this point, catching everyone's attention as the bandits get a bit peeved, and Kuma would then begin to approach the young boy, but Makino would get in front of him saying, no, do not even get a little bit close, please get out, please get out. Woman, if you want to die, then, I mean, go ahead, but you're just gonna hurt yourself over a little brat. I mean, that's really stupid, Higuma's people will be saying. Luffy then jumps down from his chair and walks beside Makino as he tells her that it's okay. I recommend you leave. The moment you tried to approach Miss Makino, you were dead. All the bandits instantly feel a chill down their spine as they notice the pirates ready to kill them on the spot, and their feelings were conveyed to the point that the bandits thought that death was not only imminent, but present right beside them. In fear, they run out as Shanks would then stand, saying, Luffy, you do not scare easy, do you? Please, I could behead all of them before you can even blink. He jumps back to his chair, and Makino would then breathe a sigh of relief, saying that she's starting to believe that, right as the pirates then begin to laugh and just get back to eating like nothing ever happened. Shanks would then retake his seat as Makino comes over with an even bigger towel and he uses it to wipe himself while he thanks her, and he then asks, you're not mad? For what? Letting those guys act like that. I mean, it's out of your character, but why would I care about a little barf fight, said Luffy. Also, it's hilarious that they thought 8 million was much. But the Power Shanks would then say, okay, you just don't care about me, I get it. That's just childish. Yeah, man. Agreed, said Luffy. Their laughs would then grow as Luffy would then see a little chest at this moment. A was the chest containing the gum fruit. It was open, and he feels something alike to his Zanpakuto from this fruit. It had a soul inside it, so he takes it while applying the power of Kyoketsu. So the regular pirates never know it was actually taken, and not at least until later. The day, however, would then pass as night falls, and the bandits would be just eating and kind of drinking ashore, and they would just be angered. We gotta get revenge, man. I mean, we ran from pirates. Pirates! Yeah, boss, we gotta do something. Shut up, I know. Tomorrow, let's find that little brat. And before he can finish his words, he gets a bullet through his head, as do all his men, who would fall over dead and let the beard they finally got just spread through the sand. And out then walks Blue Jam and his crew as he pulls out a transponder. It's been done. On the other side, we then see Outlook III, the father of Sabo, who says that they've done well and they will get the reward before then cutting the call. He then looks forward as we see him in a room with other nobles that govern the island around a table, and he would ask, is this good enough, sir? Outlook says this to Luffy, who sits with his legs at the table, saying, great job. I don't want people like that on my territory anymore, okay? All the nobles would then nod with fear in their eyes as Luffy would then dismiss them, and they would stand and bow before then leaving. As they do, Luffy would then walk to the only window in the room as he takes out the gum fruit before summoning his Zanpakuto. Kyoketsu? You never had a proper form, but I think this is it. He stabs through the fruit with his sword, and it slowly begins to shrivel up as its power then enters the sword until there is no more devil fruit left, and as he closes his eyes, Luffy enters the precipice world. It is a world where there would only be beautiful forests, but he stands atop the heavens in the clouds, where Kyoketsu takes a new form. It takes the form of his white self, like literally just Luffy, but with wavy white hair and a floating scarf around his neck, which is shown to be a sign of deities. You know, Luffy has it in his 4th gear, and the man would then open his eyes and be surprised. The hell's this? Kid, what are you? I should be asking you that, but in simple terms, you are not part of my power. I do not eat you, I don't plan to, but I would like to use your strength. Well, the name's Nika. You're gonna have to learn how to use me, but if you didn't eat me, then what did you do? This has never happened before. Luffy with a smile would then explain everything, and Nika is quite amazed because the boy who stands before him, from what he's heard, has lived longer than he has, and yet he's like a newborn in this world. It was interesting. Let's work together, kid. But the bad Luffy would say, of course, and we have a time skip. A few months come to pass, and the pirates leave as Shanks would then leave his hat with Luffy, and Luffy is given to Don Don, but as Garp is talking with the bandits about leaving Luffy there, he is then spat on. With a smile, Luffy would then wipe off the spit and look at Ace, who gets freaked out about how calm he is about everything. He would ask, the hell's up with you? This catches the attention of the adults as Garp would then see Ace and get worried. Yeah, don't do that again. I will not be able to guarantee your safety if you do that again. Hearing this, everyone is a bit surprised at how worried he sounds, and Luffy would then scowl, saying, you're making me sound like the villain or something. What the hell am I supposed to describe you as, you brat? Your loving grandson? Bullshit. The two then begin to emanate bloodlust that makes Ace weak at the knees, and he wonders how Luffy isn't scared of this old man. Anyway, you don't have to worry, I'm not gonna hurt anyone. Calm down. I look forward to living with you guys. I even brought a gift, said Luffy. Running out into the forest behind, the bandits were then surprised to see Luffy drag out a gigantic snake, and Garp would then say, yep, caught it himself. He wanted to, as he says, honor your hospitality. Oh, I love this kid already, yells Don Don as she runs to the beast's corpse and just caresses it, saying they're gonna have enough for months, and she's just happy. She ruffles Luffy's hair and says that he's definitely welcome, and while annoyed that he was getting all this attention, Ace would just head back to the forest. Seeing this, Luffy would then follow him, and Garp would watch as he chases after Ace and just smiles, hoping that they would get along. Now, as Ace was just walking through the forest, Luffy then appears beside him. Wanna talk? On instinct, Ace would then swing his staff only for Luffy to hold up a finger and catch it, saying, "Oh, so no? How the hell did you do that?" He pulls back his staff, and Luffy would then say that he can teach him if he wants to learn. Not how to do what I just did, but how to be stronger. But of course Ace is suspicious and walks out saying to leave him alone, but Luffy would follow, saying, "How does it feel to be the son of Goldie Roger?" Ace would freeze in his tracks and turn around nervously, but Luffy would say to calm down. "My father is Dragon, the revolutionary. You both got issues." "Wait, seriously? You look nothing alike." "I got my looks from my mother. Anyway, I'm not here to spy on you. I just want to talk, you know? You're the only interesting kid so far on this island." Ace is taken aback to really meet someone in the same situation as him, and it almost feels unreal, but he asks, "How am I supposed to just believe that?" "If you don't believe me, just ask my grandpa. He's leaving by now, so you better hurry." Ace would then run off almost desperate, as he would then push back past anything in his way, and so he crosses Garp on his path, and Garp would then ask, "What's wrong with you? You good?" I need to ask you something. You gotta tell me the truth. Nothing but the truth." As Garp raises an eyebrow to this, we will have a little cut to Great Terminal. Great Terminal is of course a lawless part of the island where criminals gather and relish in being able to do as they please. In case for those of you who don't know, that's where Ace and Sabo are. Now, as Sabo takes a nap in their, their place gathered in gold, he hears something and looks up to the side to see Ace climbing up to the tree. As he sits up, however, Sabo would then see someone following behind and ask, "Who's that?" "Calm down, he's one of us. My name's Monkey D. Luffy." "I mean, this is sudden. I trust you, but can we trust this guy?" "No, but he has promise." With a shrug of his shoulders, Sabo just approaches Luffy and shakes his hand as he introduces himself and welcomes him to the group. "My pleasure. So, this is your little fortress." They break their shake as Luffy would walk around saying, "This is pretty awesome for just some kids." "You look as young as us, you idiot," says Ace. "Actually, I'm 2 years younger." "Then what the hell are you acting so pretentious?" "I'm immensely older. Anyway, let's get them training." He tells him to come, and Sabo is of course confused, so he asks Ace what is going on, what's he on about, and Ace would say that Luffy is super strong and he wanted to help them get stronger. Of course Sabo is up for it, so he takes a seat before Luffy, who asks if they have something special to them, like something that they would never let go of. "Something you've always held," he'd say. Sabo then points to his staff, as does Ace, and Luffy will then say to hold on tight to their weapons before he then pump strikes them in the stomach, and he will then pump them full of Ryatsu. The two would feel immense heat in the pit of their stomach right as they then stand and ask what the hell he just did, but they both freeze and look at their weapons. While Sabo now had black gloves, in exchange for a staff that had bizarre markings on it, Ace had a spear brimming with fire, and Ace would ask, "What the hell is this? I mean, it's cool, but what the hell?" As he stands, Luffy would then say that in this world, everything has a soul and a voice. Because they fought life and death battles with those things, they must have turned into something that really embodies their souls, quite literally. So, how do you like your gifts? The two would look at each other dumbfounded and ask how this was even possible, and Luffy would then hold his hand out as he summons Kyogetsu Getsu, saying, "No time to think about it. Let's train." He swings at them, and a cut would then open up on both their cheeks as they scream and leap off the tree while they land and start running off, but Luffy would land and start chasing after them. "Come on, try them out." "You are not as light as you look," says Sabo. What are we supposed to do with these things?" Luffy would suggest that they at least attack, and because they want to get stronger, they stop. Sabo would then rush with a punch, and Luffy would then dodge, just as a giant visible blast would then rip through a tree behind. Whoa. He's then sent flying by a hit to the stomach from Luffy, and Luffy's hilt, right as Ace would then swing down and release a wave of flames that melt through the ground. But Luffy, of course, dodges with ease and hits him in the with the stomach, in the stomach with the hilt as well. I don't know why I'm stumbling over that. And Luffy would then say, "See, it's not as bad as you thought, right?" As he stands, Sabo would then smile as he says that Luffy is having way too much fun with this, and Ace would also stand saying, "I need payback for that, and feel free to try." With the battle cry, the two would then rush forward and start their journey as Fullbringers, and I swear to God, if one of you in the comments say, "That's not how Fullbringers are made," I don't care. It's a what if, okay? I'm twisting. Aizen honestly can make Fullbringers if he wanted. Do not try to argue with the comments, bro. I will just remove your comment. I'm not joking. Alright, I'm gonna stop. So years come to pass with the two getting very strong, but they also get to know more about Luffy. Like for one, he's a tough instructor, but they never told anyone about these abilities, and if anyone asked, they were just going to say that they were special techniques, but thus far no one really found out or really questioned it because they never showed it outwardly. Luffy's control over the island expands to each and every corner to the point where even Great Terminal, which was a lawless place, turns into a district, but it is filled with criminals. It is not a normal district. But crime was carried out in a more backstabbing manner as people did things for profit rather than just killing people, and everyone swore allegiance to Luffy, and this gave Luffy the bounty of 50 million. The government doesn't know that he's basically the king of the island in the background, but they know that he has many pirates and criminals under him. Some respect him out of fear, and others do so out of loyalty because he brought them out of a dark time in their lives. Again, Luffy isn't evil, so he will punish people who do horrible things and give chance to people who, deserve to get a chance. He just wanted to keep the inhabitants of Fusha, the bandits that he had lived with, his brother safe. You know, he came to like the bandits quite well too, so yeah. Now the time skip comes to an end when Luffy turns 17. His brothers have already left and started journeys of their own, but he had just begun his journey with a bounty of 50 million still. As he rides in his boat, Luffy would be sitting with his legs crossed and his eyes closed when some people jump on it and just ask, what is he doing out here? By the way, Luffy gains Aizen's looks, most of his physical attributes. He has black hair, he has a slick back, he wears a white kind of coat. He basically wears what Espada Aizen wears, I guess you could say. That's what I could describe him. Yeah, he just wears what Aizen wears in the Espada arc. He's quite tall as well, square jawline, all that crap. But he still has just Luffy's face, is just a little bit more different. He would then say, I recommend you get up before you start something you don't want to. Looking at each other, the pirates would then laugh to the point where they would just kind of start to cry, and they point their swords forward, telling them to cut the crap, when instantly their bodies begin to shake and they fall over with their eyes becoming blank. As they hit the floor and foam at the mouth, Luffy would then sigh as he stands and holds Kyuubi Suigetsu at his side. It is an actual hilt this time, and he steps forward as he begins to walk on air, and he looks to the ship that's right beside him and swings up. On the ship, as Alvida takes a bite from a drumstick she's just eating, an explosion of Ryatsu then sends her flying. What the hell? Her ship is then split right in half as she is sent tumbling into the sea and crashes into it, and she quickly would then resurface to see many of her men also being on the sea and panicking much like her. Who the hell bombed us? Who attacked? However, as she looks around and just forward, she would then come to see Luffy walk to the other part of the ship that was just, kind of broken, and he'd be walking on air right as Koby then pops his head out from the storage and freaks out. Straw Hat Luffy? The swordsman? You heard of me. Koby then looks around and asks if he did this, and Luffy only smiles as he walks back to his ship and says, next time I recommend you not mess with someone who's just trying to enjoy a ride. He looks to Alvida, who would then feel a shiver when she and her men then realize who he is, but they never knew he was this strong enough to, split an entire ship. But as he reaches the ship and takes a seat, Luffy sees Koby swimming to him until he stops and asks if he can get on. Please, I have valuable information, I'll do anything, I can cook a lot more. He seems interesting, thought Luffy, as he then puts his hand around his jaw and asks, what's your name? Koby, sir. I mean, unless you don't want to be called that, I can call you whatever you want. But the laugh Luffy then tells him to go, relax, and he grabs him by the shirt as he puts him in, grabs him and puts him in, saying, welcome on the ride, partner. Koby would then breathe a sigh of relief as he says that he'll paddle the ship if Luffy wants, but he sees that there are none, and the ship would then start to move on its own, leaving him surprised, but Luffy again says to just enjoy the ride. As they leave, Alvida would find some debris to hold on to as she curses Luffy in anger. How the hell did he split my ship with that little blade? It must have been a devil fruit. I'll get him back for this. Luffy and Koby would then continue on their trip together as Luffy tells him that he was heading to go get Zoro to put him in his crew because he wants to find the One Piece. That's his dream. He doesn't want to be the Pirate King. He just wants an adventure, Now, as they arrive to Shell Island, they dock and anchor their ship as they walk the streets looking at their new surroundings, and Koby will then ask what he's going to do. What do you mean? I'm going to go get Roronoa. Wait, you're just going to walk in? That's crazy. There's a marine base here. However, Luffy just walks forward and Koby can tell he's not going to stop him, so he just follows. Upon arriving, Luffy then jumps over the wall and gracefully lands as he looks to see Zoro, and Zoro would then hear something, so he turns to see him approaching. Hey, you there. Can you... Wait a minute, I know you. I've been on the hunt for you, actually. Straw Hat Luffy, huh? Luffy then comes to stop before Zoro, and with a grin, Zoro would say, if I wasn't... Oh my god, I wish I could challenge it to a duel. I was stuck to this stupid thing. Luffy would then take out Kyuubi and just swing it to the side, and instantly, Zoro's ropes are severed as he falls on his butt, leaving him shocked. I didn't see anything. How is that even possible? He took one swing, he thought. As Luffy sheathed the sword, he then asked, join my crew. While Zoro is a bit surprised, he says that he'd rather die than work under some pirate, and Luffy is a bit disappointed, but before he can try to persuade him or say more, over them runs a little girl who Koby chases, telling him to stop, and she then offers some rice balls to Zoro, and when she realizes that he's actually free, she sees Luffy and says, you helped him? Thank you. Luffy would then say it's no problem, and Zoro would then take the rice balls from her and bite into them desperately, saying, thanks for the grub. Thanks, does it taste good? I added some sugar on it. That sounds terrible, Luffy and Koby thought. Zoro, however, would just finish all of it, saying that it tasted amazing, and they should leave before the Marines come. But it was too late. The voice of Helmeppo is then heard as he walks in with some, let's say 2 Marine bodyguards with guns in hand. Straw Hat Luffy, did you think we didn't know you arrived? The Marines then cock their guns, scaring Koby and their girl, as Helmeppo would then notice the kids, and he says to fire at them first. Sir, but they're kids. Are you seriously not taking my orders right now? Shoot! With fear overtaking them, the men would then slightly close their eyes and fire, just as Luffy would then appear before the kids with his blade out. The bullets are split instantly and sent flying, leaving everyone shocked, just as Luffy then disappears and appears before Helmeppo, and he would then release a blast of Ryatsu, which turns to Haki that knocks out his men. And this leaves the spoiled brat ready to beg for help, and he actually started to realize that he can't even talk. I can't even speak. The reports never said he was this strong. What the hell, Tahamapo? Luffy, however, would then keep a calm demeanor and smile, saying, "Get your father, please." What? Luffy only smiles, and with a scream, Hamapo is freaked out, so he runs away to the marine base, and Zoro would then be left baffled at what he just saw. It's like he was teleporting, but no, he was definitely just using speed. He's way stronger than everyone thinks. Sheathing his sword, Luffy would then ask that Koby take the girl on a run, and as the girl thanks him, she's then grabbed by Koby and is taken away right as Luffy then tells Zoro to get up. They most likely never planned to even let you go. No, I need to. Roronoa, you are a bounty hunter who hurt Captain Morgan's son. Your life isn't in his hands, it's in the brat's. How did you even know I annoyed him? I didn't tell you that. I've been told I'm quite smart, observant. At this moment, the ground begins to rumble, and the two would then look to see Morgan walk out with an army of marines behind him, and raising his axe hand to the sky, he demands for the head of Luffy, who walks past Zoro, and Zoro would then yell for him to stop. There's too many of them! Luffy, however, then unsheathes his sword and points it forward, telling Morgan that this is Kyokai. Yeah, and what about it, he yells. The blade then takes on the form of a black one, leaving both of the men shocked because they know what this symbolizes, just as Axe is then shot from behind. As he looks back, the captain finds that all his men are pointing their guns at him, and he would say, "What the hell are you, idiot?" He's then riddled with bullets from all sides by all his men, who would bizarrely be calling him Straw Hat Luffy until Kyogetsu's illusion wore off. And as they look forward, the marines are surprised to find that their leader was lying on the ground bleeding out. They drop their guns in horror of now killing him, but because killing him means that they would have to be executed now. Of course, they don't care about him. No one likes Morgan. It's okay, just pin it on me. They hear Luffy, who approaches and walks past them, saying, "After all, I made you do it." No one's gonna believe a Marine Corps killed his own leader like that. Hearing this, they wonder if this, man somehow messed with their heads, because they could have sworn they were actually shooting him. But as he walked past them, Luffy would ask, "Could one of you lead me to the room holding Roronoa's swords?" Looking at each other, the Marines didn't really know what to do, but in the second of this little panic, the second in command walks out and he says that he will show him where it is. Zoro, meanwhile, just is completely baffled. What the hell did he do to them? Luffy would then be led to Morgan's room, where he finds the swords and Helmeppo hiding, so he brings him to Zoro and he has him tell the truth, which pissed him off. But now he had an interest in joining Luffy. He takes back his swords, and Luffy would then say, "Oh, I forgot to say, you follow me and I'll make you the strongest swordsman. Under me, of course." Looking at his black blade, Zoro can definitely attest to his strength, and he asks, "Did you make me see it as a normal blade before, the same way you made them think Morgan was you?" "Yeah, my sword has a few tricks up its sleeve." "Fine. Sounds interesting, but I'm not going to be under you for long." Walking past him, Luffy welcomes him to try taking the future strongest swordsman title from him as he grins from ear to ear. Zoro grins from ear to ear. We will now go to Koby as he sits in the home of the little girl, and they're talking at the table when the mother lays down a cup of water before him. "Thank you, ma'am." "Oh, it's no problem," she'd say. "Thank you for getting her back. I told you not to go." "But he didn't do anything. Why does he have to be punished?" "Wait, Roronoa Zoro didn't do anything?" asked Koby. The girl then shakes her head right as the mother actually explains what happened, and Koby is left angry by this misconduct of justice. At this moment, the door of the family is then knocked on, and expecting the worst, the mother tells him to stay and walks to the door as she slowly opens it, and she sees some Marines. "Is something wrong?" "No, ma'am, we're just here to recruit the young boy behind you. You have a certain recommendation, my boy." Koby lights up, being delighted, before he then asks, "What happened with he's gone?" They just actually left. Hearing this, Koby runs past them and runs to the shore to see Luffy and Zoro sailing off as he yells, "Thank you!" Luffy looks back saying, "I don't know what you're talking about." And Koby will start to cry as he saluted, saying that he will make this up to him somehow, right as he then hears the stomping of feet and turns back to see the other Marines, who will salute Luffy as well. Now, as Zoro and Luffy sail off, the hunter would then bite into some food picked up by Luffy in town, and he'd ask, "How did you get all this stuff? Didn't people freak out?" "They did, but I paid. No harm, no foul. Eat up. We have a long journey ahead of us." As Zoro eats, however, he feels like no one really knows that he has a black blade, and it's bizarre, There's only one in the entire world, Well, that is until you, so how? Luffy, however, said not to think about it. "You need to focus on making your own black blade." Zoro says that he will, and the two would then spend 2 days on the boat until they arrive at a new town and a new island. Along the way, they're met by some pirates from Buggy's crew, but after realizing who Luffy is, Zoro just throws them out. They're scared as hell, and the two mates would then walk around, but they notice that there aren't many people around. "A ghost town?" said Zoro. "You don't have hockey, do you?" said Luffy. "The hell's hockey?" "The power of the soul. It's how one can sense everything and protect themselves. It's the only way to forge a black blade with your very will and soul." "Yeah, this is all just telling me how much of a monster you are," says Zoro. As Luffy laughs, someone then starts to actually run away, and that person is getting chased by 3 men. Zoro readies to unsheath the sword, but Luffy would then hold his hand out, saying it's not necessary. And at that moment, Nami then runs past them. "There you are, boss. I need your help. Play along." The 3 men would then come to a stop, saying, "So this is your Holy shit. Nami would then be confused when she then actually sees Luffy's hat hanging on his neck, and she becomes terrified right as the three would then just lose consciousness and they fall while foaming at the mouth. Luffy then turns to face Nami, asking, "Would you like to join my crew?" "Huh? You're seriously asking me that?" Luffy says of course, but it's her choice to follow or not. There isn't much to do here, so we might as well leave. Oh, never mind. An explosion then goes off, blinding Nami and Zoro with dust and wind as many houses are leveled by a blast coming from where Buggy and his men are at their base. And Nami thought, crazy bastard, he's gonna blow up a whole town for a freaking map. However, Nami then gets an idea, saying that she will join Luffy if he takes care of Buggy, and of course she's aware that Luffy could just kill her, but she's taking a leap of faith right now. But it works, as Luffy then says that she go to pay a visit to the clown. So they continue until they reach the base of pirates, and as they reach the tavern, Luffy will then yell for Buggy. From above, the clown would then feel his ear itch and walk to the edge of the roof as he asks, "Who the hell are you? Who do you think you are, huh?" He sees Luffy and knows who he is, but doesn't really fear him and smirks. "Looks like you found my burglar. My handing her over, I might let you go scot-free." However, Luffy then holds up the map that Nami stole, leaving her surprised at this moment because she should have realized when he just swiped it, but she didn't. Luffy then throws the map over and the clown would catch it, saying, "Now let me have the burglar. Off limits, I'm afraid. She just joined my crew." You really think I'm taking a no for an answer? Who do you think you're talking to? Yeah, we're the buggy pirates. You better... Hey, where's he going? They then see Luffy walking off with the two as Nami is trying so hard to hold back on the anger from all the treasure she could have gotten when an explosion then goes off. A buggy ball is fired at them, but unsheathing Kyoketsu, Luffy thrusts as he blows everything away and dissipates the explosion right as Buggy's cheek would then be sliced open by a wave of Ryatsu, aka Haki. As it bursts with blood, he would then scream, leaving his man shocked. But Captain Buggy can't be cut. How did he even stop the buggy ball? Wasn't that the same thing that destroyed a bunch of houses, yells Nami? Was that Haki, as Zoro? And Luffy will then nod, using flash step as he appears before the pirates as he will be standing on air. This takes everyone by surprise even more as they cannot believe what they're seeing, and Luffy will then see Buggy and he would ask, "So, you know what just hit you, right? Freaking Haki. How can..." He then notices Luffy's black blade and thinks, "I am so dead." While some members of his crew know how powerful his black blade is, some don't, and are more scared of how he cut their captain because it should be impossible. "Alright, first things off, I will demand some compensation," says Luffy. As he smiles, Buggy then gets a bad feeling right as we cut to him and his men riding off and away from the town while he was now getting his cut stitched. "I will get my revenge, you freaking bastard," thought Buggy. Luffy, Zoro, and Nami meanwhile will be getting on Nami's ship at this point, and she'll be carrying the bags of treasure stolen from their enemies. "I'll follow you for life if this can happen every single day on every island," says Nami. "Yeah, well, it depends on if you could actually do something. As far as I can tell, you're just a good thief. Even Luffy's better than you at that," says Zoro. As Nami takes the sea, however, she would then see that no one else is better at navigating than her. "You got the best navigator on the sea. Well, at least until something better comes along." "Luffy, we're just seriously gonna let her in? She sounds interesting, so why not?" "Why do I feel like I'm gonna be hearing that a lot?" said Zoro. Luffy would then laugh because, well, he definitely will be, and he says that, and then days would pass. They meet Gaimon, and he's free from his boss by Luffy. After that, they land on a new certain island again, and as they walk across the shore to the town, Nami would then say, wait, so as soon as someone sees you release that sword, they can just be put under hypnosis? That's OP. I'm all aware. Don't worry though, I'll never use it on you guys. My crew shouldn't need to experience such a thing. It can actually be quite traumatizing. For a moment, Luffy would actually kind of show a saddened face, which is rare as Nami and Zoro have always seen him being charismatic so far, so they're assuming that's something to do with his powers. This is when both Nami and Zoro would then actually feel something. It's a tingling sensation that makes them look up and notice a long-nosed kid standing atop a cliff. Nice, they're adapting nicely, thought Luffy. He of course noticed Usopp at that moment and, instantly as well. He's not, he knew that he was there before they even landed actually because, well, Haki. And as he saw them, Usopp would be shaking his boots but says, I have 1,000 men at my command, so you better leave, Straw Hat. Wait, where is he? He notices Luffy is gone right as he then hears a voice and slowly turns to see Luffy, which makes him spaz out and he's sent tumbling down past the cliff. But then he finds that he reached the ground really fast and he didn't actually even get hurt that much. Man, I must be stronger than I... Oh my god, I'm standing on air! Zoro and Nami are just shocked to see the spectacle as Usopp was lying on air, and Nami would then say, that was Luffy, wasn't it? Who else could have done that, said Zoro. Luffy would then calm Usopp down and say that he's being held up by his power. Just walk back, I promise, I won't let you fall. Usopp would then slowly stand and walk over to Luffy, who then reaches out his hand until he grabs his hand and is then brought onto solid ground, and he asks, how the hell can you do that? Let's talk about it over some lunch. Cut to a few minutes later and the four are eating at a pub as Usopp would be surprised when Luffy offers him to join his crew. You really want me? Asked Usopp. Be more proud of yourself. I've seen your father in action, so I think it's worth investing in you. Usopp and the two others are surprised, as Luffy would then say that the red-haired pirates took refuge on his island, where he lived at some point, and Zoro would yell, "You met red-haired Shanks? No wonder you're a good swordsman then." What? No, I was born with Kyokosuketsu. Between me and Shanks, that's not even a competition. I win every single time. You're pretty bold there, I mean. He's an emperor, says Usopp. And, asks Luffy, as he takes a bite from his meal, and the three can clearly feel he has some confidence, but there isn't a hint of arrogance. He just sounds like he actually could just beat the emperor if he wanted to. Well, I would love to join, but I need to meet someone. I'll be back. Just wait here. Also, thanks for paying. No problem, said Luffy, and Usopp would then run out, as Luffy would then say, okay, that guy is clearly a coward. I mean, he's a nice guy, but still. Oh, don't worry. Did you guys somehow feel a bizarre feeling, by the way? It felt as though you could literally sense him. Did you do something, asked Zoro? Ever heard of the Flame Emperor? He joined the Whitebeard Pirates, asked Luffy. I'd love to find him someday. They say they can literally melt the ground that he stands on with a spear, says Zoro. Yeah, Ace is my brother. The only reason that he has the title of an emperor despite not being one is because I share my haki with him. Wait, seriously? Haki can do that too, yells Zoro. Don't you need a devil fruit? What the hell is haki? What are you talking about? You can't just have fire abilities without eating a devil fruit, says Nami. Right? Luffy only takes a bite from his meal again, saying that they should know the answer to that question. I'm looking forward to your growth. The two would then lay back and just take everything in, because clearly that means that Luffy injected them with his haki, and Nami would say, well, freaking axe next time, okay? Jeez. Sorry, I wanted to see how shocked you would look. Hitting him on the head, however, Nami would then say that's a breach of privacy, which it is, before then holding her hand in pain, and as Luffy panics, asking if she's okay, because, well, Luffy is quite strong, and Zoro starts to laugh. You're way too calm about this, you know, said Nami. Yeah, well, nothing about Luffy's ever been calm or normal. I'm just going with the flow. Just promise me that you'll show me a real fight between swordsmen too. Yeah, that'll happen sooner than you think, says Luffy. How will Nami and Zoro develop? What spiritual powers will they get? How will Usopp join their crew? Find out in the next part of One Piece. It's your boy Prince of What Ifs. It's been your boy Prince of What Ifs, and I hope you enjoyed this first part. Tell me down below how you feel. Like the video, subscribe, and I'm gone now. Peace.
Who alive can't put me in a box. I redefine any definition you got. I am the tiger, I'm making steps to the top. The flames, I whip it up, you just gotta hand me the rock. Take a seat, you cannot stand it. All I know, the flow harder than a Scotch bonnet. Don't try studying me.